What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. If you can't tell, we're outside today, which is a great change. I love being outside. Anytime I can get out in the garden, it's a nice little change from being inside during the winter. But today, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm not wearing any gloves and I'm not shivering, it's not that cold. Now, you can still see your breath. It's cold by those down in Florida standards, but it's really not that cold for here in Michigan for January. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how your current, your winter weather trends are going to affect your future growing season. For this whole winter season, we've been above average by about 10 to 15 degrees. That's really, really high above average. Our normal average temperatures are right around 20 degrees for the high and around 10 degrees for the low. And that's our average. Our average this season has been right around 37 degrees for the high and about 22 degrees for the low. So again, everything has been increased by about 10 degrees. And so it's definitely been a strange season to say the least. There was only one day that it got below 0 degrees. One day, and it wasn't even in winter. It was actually shortly after Thanksgiving. So it was absolutely crazy, the fact that we had that happen, because it dropped a bunch of snow. Everything was buried. We thought, wow, this is going to be a year for the record books when it comes to snowfall. All the schools were shut down. We thought, boy, this is going to be a rough year if it's already getting this cold with this much snow. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. It just stayed warm. So with that comes some pros and some cons. And I'm going to talk about how, like I said, how this current weather trend is more than likely going to affect your future growing season, because there have been some pretty good studies done based on the effects of your winter weather and how that kind of translates to the following growing season. A lot of farmers follow these trends as well, because it does dictate kind of some of the things that they're going to face in the coming growing season. So I want to share them with you, because I do know that not everywhere is experiencing above average temperatures. A lot of people are experiencing below average temperatures. And so I'm going to share with you, again, both highs and lows, so that it covers both parties. And then if your weather's right on average, well, then you can expect kind of an average growing season. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm really excited about this video, and I'm excited just to be outside. Man, it feels great. I'll tell you what, it feels great. It's been so gloomy. The sun has not shown in about 2 weeks, but I said, you know what? Got to get outside. Got to do something outside. So as soon as the sun comes out, we get a little more sun, I'm going to be talking about creating a solar composting pile. Really excited about that. It's been working great, except for the fact it doesn't work great when you don't have sun. So, so I want to film when we have some good sun. So, all right, let's jump into this video. Come on. The first thing that your winter weather has a huge effect on is pests. If you have below average temperatures or above average temperatures, that is going to play a huge role in pest die-off rates. When you look at things like aphids, whiteflies, cabbage moths, squash vine borers, or even here in Michigan, emerald ash borer, pest die-off is really big when you're looking at how your crops are going to be affected by pests in the following season. If you have below average temperatures, you're going to have much more die-off, which is great for you, but not so great for us here in Michigan. Years that we've had above average temperatures, you can see an increased amount of pests. That doesn't necessarily mean that all is lost, though, because there is kind of a silver lining to that. When bad bugs die, so do good bugs, which is unfortunate. But when bad bugs survive, so do good bugs. So there theoretically still should be that balance, but you will see a increased presence of bad bugs like aphids and squash vine borers and things like that if your weather is above average, which we are having above average temperatures. So we're expecting a little bit of an uptick in bad bugs. But we do have a lot of things that are obviously going to come into play, like ladybugs, which are great, lacewings, which are wonderful. So there's a lot of different beneficial insects that do have an increased presence as well. So not super worried, but you can expect that. And that's just something to consider. So here in Michigan, we are definitely expecting a massive uptick in borers, squash vine borers, the oriental fruit moth, the emerald ash borer. Those are all ones that they are greatly affected by temperature. And so it's going to be a rough year for those. We're just going to have to kind of brace ourselves, because there's not really any known, for those pests, there's not really any known beneficial insects that affect them, and that's why they've been so invasive. Those invasive insects are the ones we care the most about. With things like aphids, like I said, we're going to have an uptick in ladybugs, which affect their populations, and so there's going to be that balance. But with the invasives, those are the ones that I'm not looking forward to. So just keep that in mind, that you will definitely have an uptick in those as well, or a decrease if your weather is below average. The second thing that is most affected by your winter temperatures is groundwater. This is so important to look at, and farmers, this is the big thing that they look at, because a lot of farmers, obviously, they count on groundwater to be their irrigation source. A lot of farmers do not count on, they don't rely on overhead watering systems because they're very costly. There's a lot of infrastructure that's involved, and so a lot of farmers do what's called dry farming. They just plant their crops and they pretty much just pray that rain's going to come. And so here in Michigan, with us having above average temperatures, a lot of times being above freezing, the problem is you need freezing temperatures in order to form snow. And if there's not any snow, there's not going to be as much groundwater. So because we've only had 2 big snows this year, we're about 75% below our average for snowfall. We've had a lot of rain. We've had a ton of rain. The problem is rain does not stick around. Rain will go into the ground, yes, but it also evaporates really fast because the ground's not frozen. Also, rain runs, so it runs into rivers, which runs away from the land. And rain also depletes nutrients, which is kind of another negative side effect with rain versus snow. Snow has lots of nitrogen that's actually bound into the snow, which is why they call it poor man's fertilizer. A lot of farmers, they rely so heavily on snowfall, and because we've had almost none of it, it's going to be a very, very dry year. Just know that. If your weather is below average, you're more than likely going to have a lot of snow. Now, obviously, that also requires precipitation, which is a different that's a different weather pattern than temperature. But obviously, if you have precipitation in the forecast and it's above freezing, it's going to fall as rain. If you have precipitation in the forecast and it's below freezing, which is below average or at or below average temperatures, it's going to fall in the form of snow, which is important. So that plays a huge role in groundwater, which plays a huge role in just how dry the season is going to be. So we are definitely expecting to have a dry season for sure. The next thing that your winter weather has an effect on are your planting times. Obviously, if your temperature is below average, you're going to have a longer threat of frost, meaning you're going to have to wait a little bit longer into the growing season to start your stuff or to get your stuff into the ground. Here in Michigan, with us being so far above average, we're going to get an earlier planting time. Now, there are obviously times where there are anomalies and you do get freak weather, and I never recommend just planting early just because your weather has been above average, or waiting just because your weather has been below average. Don't necessarily look at that, because there are kind of long-running averages, and that's kind of your expected last frost date. You want to look at that date as kind of your target date, and then use what I call gardener's intuition. That's, I pull up the 10-day forecast, and if I don't see anything that's even remotely a threat in terms of frost, I'll go ahead and plant. Now that's obviously my choice. I've done it for years and I've only been burnt once, so you still can get burnt. But a lot of times, if you use your gardener's intuition, you're gonna be right far more than you're wrong. And so I do that, and like I said, this year, based on our current weather pattern, we're probably gonna be planting in right around early to mid-April, which is great because usually we're not planting until the end of April. So just some things to consider. And again, that kind of is based on your aversion to risk. If you really do not like to take risks, well then, hey, that's not really going to affect you much. All right, and the final thing that your winter temperatures have an effect on are your summertime temperatures. This is something that you and I should care the most about because it dictates kind of what plants we're going to plant the most of. You see, if your temperatures are really below average, you're going to have a hard time planting things like tomatoes and peppers. Your warm-loving crops are going to have, they won't fail, but they're going to have a harder time succeeding in cooler than average temperatures. And that's because there is a direct correlation to how much above average temperatures you're having in winter to how much above average temperatures you're having in summer, or on the flip side, below average temperatures in the winter and below average temperatures in the summer. And that's because the weather pattern doesn't change until fall. That means whatever weather pattern is set in the winter is typically, more often than not, obviously there are outliers, but it is more often than not what is translated into summer. So just keep that in mind, that if you're having below average temperatures in the winter, your summers are more than likely going to be a little bit cooler. For us, we're expecting a warmer than average summer, and that's great for us for things like peppers, tomatoes, and other warm weather crops. Now, when it comes to lettuce, we're going to have to plant a little bit less of lettuce or start it earlier because the weather's going to get warmer and stay warmer longer. So just keep those things in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel. I really do hope that you learned something. Post what you learned in the comments box below, and we'll catch you all on tomorrow's video. I got another great one planned for you guys, and I can promise you guys, as soon as the weather gets nice, we're gonna have a lot more regular content. All right, stay tight or hang tight, you guys. We'll talk to you all soon.